How many times have you been in Norway, running to your favorite destination, minding your own business, got a hot date with a pretty Norwegian girl? It took weeks to set up due to the fact that we don't have electricity anymore, and she lives on the other side of a bunch of murderers who want to scalp you and steal your chemicals. You had a plan, didn't you? Yes, you did. On your way to go meet in the boxcars on the northwest side of Brodeland by the exit, you ran into some murderers who wanted to scalp you, take your chemicals. Your plan was to go play kissy face. Their plan is to shoot your face. And guess what? They do. Your face is shot and you're dead. What's worse? Your girl's face is left unkissed. And you know the worst part about it all? I'm telling everyone in Norway about how you're dead, the dude's got your stuff, and I'm playing kissy face with your girl because I knew what to do. You screwed up. You screwed up big. You didn't screw up on the lead up. You screwed up afterwards when you got mad. It was a mistake to blame the game. It was a mistake to rage quit. You didn't screw up when you died. You screwed up in the dying. You screwed up learning from your death. This one mistake costs more lives, more Norwegians their families than any one thing I can think of in Norway in the game to date. But that's okay. That's okay. We are going to teach you how to do this right. We're going to teach you the philosophy of Norway. You can play mental tricks on yourself. And even though you know you're playing a trick on yourself, your body, your soul, those emotions, they don't know. Trick yourself into victory. Welcome to Norway. You are in the drop zone and I am JealousFist. Yes, I am. And today we're talking tactics, which allow you to outthink, outplay, and outperform your opposition. I get DMs all the time. I get messaged constantly from Norwegians all over the world. They ask me a lot of things, many things, scores of questions. But at the end of the day, if I was to take all of these questions, boil them down into what are they really asking me? Well, what they're asking me is, Jealous, how did you do it? How did you get all those airdrops? How did you get the wins? How do you do the things that you tell us about and show us all over the internet? Obviously, gunplay, strategy, tactics, all of that goes into that. There is one advantage that I have over most people, and that is my attitude, my mindset, my philosophy, the way I approach this game. The biggest mistake that people make in this game, especially beginners, rain jackets are one of the biggest culprits of this, as are people with a lot of experience, because they think they know better. People in the middle curve of the experience tend to accept their mistakes and that they screwed up a little easier than absolute beginners and people on my end of the spectrum. Beginners are convinced this game should be like every other game, and long-term players are convinced they already know about this game, and there's no way that guy with one game and one bullet from the grease gun could have killed me. Well, there was a way, and he did, and you're dead, and it's your fault, and it's always your fault. All of you, it's always your fault. You made a mistake, you screwed up, you need to accept that. You need to think hard. You need to try hard on your mental game about what you did. You need to accept everything that just happened. You need to record the fight, the engagement, the ambush, whatever you just did and failed at. Clip back as far as your Xbox will let you, your PlayStation. I don't even know if the Nintendos can do that kind of stuff. Watch that. Look for mistakes. I've talked about this in other videos before, but this is crucial. When you die, whether it's your fault or not, you need to accept the premise that it is your fault and then start backwards from there, okay? You died. Think about what just happened. Where were you in the game? What do I mean by that? What point of interest was around? Were you at the time save, the lock container, the airdrop, the barred house? How far into the game were you? Was this in the first 1 minute, 2 minutes? That might have been a factor. Think about that. The beginning of the game is always the most dangerous. Why? Because there are never more guns in a game than there are at the very beginning. There are a lot of legs with a lot of guns attached to them, walking around looking for faces to shoot and hearts to break, okay? Did you come around a corner without looking? Did you hear a footstep inside a house before you entered? Thought it was your mind playing tricks on you, but you went in anyways. And then you get shot in your face and you blame the other guy. This camper, this toxic little house loser, how dare he? Well, he dared and you're dead. That's the game. When you ignore those feelings in your head, like this is a bad idea, that was the mistake that led to your death. When you ignored that feeling inside your heart that maybe what is going on is too good to be true, and then you die because of it, that's not their fault. That's your fault. Don't blame the game when you die. Blame yourself. I'm sorry, I'm going to keep saying this today and probably in future videos as well. Even if it wasn't your fault, it was your fault. There was a different way to approach that situation. Now, at about this point, you're probably thinking, well, that's all well and good. In theory, Jealous, but I'm already dead. How does that help me? I'm dead. Game is lost. I lost my gun. I lost my wife's respect. My children won't look at me in the face because I lost that yellow airdrop. It's already done. What's the point, Jealous? I'll tell you the point, because now you've learned, you've had experience, you've learned good and hard why what you just did was stupid. What does that mean? That means when you get into a similar situation in the future, you're going to have an impression in the back of your mind, a feeling of, oh, this is bad. You might not even be consciously aware of it, because this game doesn't repeat itself. History doesn't repeat herself, but she rhymes, right? You'll never find yourself in the exact situation that you just died from, but you're going to find yourself in similar situations. And if not that, you need to apply the lessons that you just painfully learned to the future. Every death is your fault. It's also an opportunity. It's an opportunity to see and experience how things are when they go bad, which they usually do in the game. Things go bad in Norway all the time. Learn from those. See when things are going bad so you can feel it, know it, anticipate it, call it out in the future. That way you can avoid a lot of trouble before it even begins. A big part of how I approach the game is thinking about things in terms of time and time management, not just in Norway when I'm in the game, but also when I think about the game, or when I do videos, or when I'm in the firing range practicing. What do I mean by that? I mean you need to manage your time. A huge amount of time is wasted in players' minds and in their mental capacity. I don't know what you would call it. Their emotional load for this game is wasted on blaming what just happened on others, or thinking of excuses for why it's not your fault, and then talking about it in the party chat, or going online typing about how the devs screwed you over, your connection screwed you over, the servers screwed you over, all of that. Okay, even if you're right, which you could be. I mean, the game screws up. It's buggy. The servers are not great. This is something we all know and love and hate about Vigor, right? So why waste your time going on the internet crying about it, typing about it, whining about it, smoking a cigarette, pacing out in the driveway about it? Why do that? You need to use that time, use that mental thinking space, use that emotional stymieing you just went through, and put that into something positive to help you avoid how horrible you feel right now. There is no feeling of defeat and loss in video games like there is in this game. I'm convinced. I have never had such lows in anything like I have in this game. I have experienced feelings in this game that I thought were only possible to feel in real life, right? I'm 37 years old, okay? That's either really young or really old to you. I'm at that age now where I'm either old to people or I'm young to people, right? When I was young, we had Super Mario Brothers, okay? That was my first game, Super Mario Brothers, the original one on the 8-bit Nintendo NES. I never felt rage about that game. I never felt invested into it. Fast forward 15 years from then, and whatever I was playing, Halo, whatever, I would feel happy about awesome kills I pulled off, snipes, whatever, but I was never frustrated or enraged by that game like I am with this game, right? What is the point of all that? Why am I bringing that up? I bring that up because it does not feel good to feel frustrated and angry at a video game. Nobody wants that. Avoid that. Avoid that. You can do that. Nobody is making you mad but yourself. That's all you. That's internal. You can avoid that. Put that energy into getting better at the game so that you feel less bad about it. Don't get mad. Get even. Cute to say, it's true. You need to focus. Focus, focus, focus on what happened. Again, I'm kind of repeating myself here, but this game is a big mental game as well. I think, personally, my personal thoughts are that once you learn how to navigate the map, what all the guns and gear do, the play loop and gunplay, most of this game ends up being mental and dealing with the inevitable frustrations and losses, right? Do not lose sight of learning from your lessons. Focus on what went right, what went wrong. When you identify went wrong, go back into the past before what went wrong and think about the things you could have done to avoid that. Write it down. Take notes. Phones now have these little microphone icons on them that you can click in your notepads. Speech to text is fantastic nowadays. It works. Use that if you don't want to write. I do that. It helps a lot. My biggest piece of advice on the mental game in this game is don't rage quit. Obviously there are times when you just can't take it anymore and you have to put the sticks down. I get that. We all get that, okay? But you need to try to avoid that, because if you rage quit, all that's happened is, one, you just beat yourself again. That's the second time you've lost the same game. The first time the other guy beat you. You rage quitting, that's the second time. That's you beating yourself. You lost the game 2 times. Good job. Now you rage quit. You're not playing anymore. What does that mean? You're not gaining experience. experience. You're not gaining airdrops, guns, materials, wins. You're not gaining positive experiences that you can then put back into the war effort. When you rage quit, you're losing every single game that didn't get played. You're losing experience. You're losing out on those little insights that only come with playing a lot. You can watch videos all day. You can read books all night. You could join the United States Navy, go become a U.S. Navy SEAL, right? You join Team 6, you're out there running around, killing terrorists, rescuing beautiful women, all of that. That doesn't apply to Vigor, right? If you want to be a good Vigor player, you need to play Vigor. You need to come to Norway. If you've rage quit, if you're beating yourself again, you're not playing. You're not progressing. You might think, oh, well, nothing's happening. I'm on pause. No, Vigor skills are perishable. You need to practice. Just like lawyers and physicians practice the law and medicine, you need to practice Vigor, because this game is alive. It has a soul, and that's why we love it and hate it. Norway, she gets her hooks into you, doesn't she? She gets those gleaming, irradiated fangs into your neck, and she doesn't let go. And I love that. You know what else I love? Free stuff. Get that code. Whew. Look at her. We love these Xbox codes. They're so good. So good. I was looking at the PlayStation and Nintendo codes the other day. They're not as good. I'm sorry that I go on about this, but it's true. Please like, please share, please subscribe, help me out. That stuff does help. And please comment, talk to me, talk to others. Not only do I personally enjoy talking to people here on YouTube in the comments, it's much more enjoyable than Reddit. Love you, Reddit, but you guys are a bunch of hate-filled salt shakers. YouTube is much more positive, but it helps get the word out. Helps the algorithm, gets the game, gets the channel. And one last thing, I just wanted to give a shout out and respect. I'm not going to say your name, but I've had a viewer who has been with me from the beginning. This man is, in my opinion, a great man. I know a lot about his personal life. He's retired Army. He's been deployed in active duty to not only one, but 2 foreign wars in service to these great United States of America. And Sir Major, you've helped me a lot with this game and in life. You know who you are. Thank you. And sir, if you could see me right now, I am saluting you. As always, I am your #1 airdrops retrieved, 11,000 and counting, all time, all systems, and your favorite official Vigor partner's favorite official Vigor partner, JealousFist. Bye. And Perrin.